It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. Andy O'Reilly, Dave Cackley's over there doing his, that's it. Must have been Halloween last night. I swear I can quit any time. It's not a problem.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, man. Clears
Survive
out
Halloween?
Yeah, I did. I didn't. Here's the thing. I get out of doing the trick-or-treat thing because I have Max on the weekends, but I did go to his school's Halloween party.
Okay.
Like the last, from like the last 40 minutes, like the last 40 minutes of school. So I went to his classroom, hung out there with him for a while. So I did my part for Halloween, then I got to go home. I went to bed early, man. I was in bed by like 6 o'clock.
You're going to go where all the room moms are.
Yeah. No, that's not what I was doing.
Okay.
That's not what I was doing at all.
By the way, did you know I'm Dave Cackley from television?
No. I don't do. I just, you know what I kind of do? I was just taking a bunch of pictures of him and sending them to his mom, and yeah, it was fun. Good
I got
times.
sent out last night at like 20 after 8 because we were out of brown sugar.
Oh, Jesus.
She already had her shower taken and everything like that, and it's like she's like, "Oh, I'm out of brown sugar," and I'm like, she starts to put her clothes on. I'm like, "What are you doing? You're not getting dressed to go back up to the store and buy brown sugar."
I'll do it. I'll go ahead. Yeah.
That's what I do.
Stepping up.
And look what I got in return.
Oh, it's so nice.
That's right.
Speedway coffee. Fabulous.
Big Daddy, you get Speedway coffee in the morning. That's how we roll. But hey, anyway, let me just say this. For all of you waking up to the shock of Christmas music on all the radio stations.
Oh, my holy Lord.
I'm glad I don't work in that crap anymore. And B, there's this thing called Muskegon Channel Radio. I promise you.
Let me ask you this. We think back to our previous place of employment. Don't you feel kind of bad for Andy Rent right about now?
Andy Rent started 2 weeks ago.
Oh, jeez.
The Christmas music with him started 2 weeks ago.
Buried in it. You're just buried in it, and you've got to. And he's got a good disposition. He's got like
Great
the
disposition,
best disposition of anybody you'd ever meet in that business. But you got to at some point he's got to snap.
Oh,
you've got sometime by like December 2nd. You think you've been doing this for like 2 months.
You want to know?
And you got Holly Jolly Christmas, and that's it. And then you're something's got to go.
When they do that Christmas music song rotation thing, there's only about 120 songs they play.
I know, yeah.
It's only about 120 songs they play. It starts now and goes all the way till Christmas. Mm-hmm. And if you remember back to when that first started, do you remember what sparked the whole Christmas music thing for a couple of months? It was 9/11.
Really?
It was 9/11. Yeah, all the way back to 2001 is when this got underway.
That makes sense when you think about it.
Well, and it did. At that time, let's change everybody's mind. Let's, snap and get their mind off everything that was going wrong and everything that's, everything that sucked. And it was kind of a welcome relief at that point.
Right.
Now,
I'll be honest. It's almost got
just
to the
this
point,
commercialized beat to death. Oh,
it doesn't bother me as much as it used to because I'm kind of used to it now. And I'm like, my attitude is, you know what? There's obviously a market for it. Yeah. So that's why they're doing it. So I get it. I don't hate it, but I would not want to be an on-air personality pretending like this wasn't driving me insane. I don't know that I could. I don't know that I have the ability, the Andy Rent skill set to.
Andy Rent in a pocket full of Quaaludes.
Oh God.
Hey man, everything's cool.
Everything's cool. I
don't mind Mariah Carey 3 times an hour.
Jesus.
Do some news, would you?
All right, let's get into it. The man accused of killing 11 Jews. Here's not quite a downshift. This is probably the worst segue ever. We talk from Christmas music to the worst Jewish murder in U.S. history. The man accused of killing 11 Jews at a Pittsburgh synagogue last Saturday has been indicted. Robert Bowers is facing 44 counts, including federal hate crimes. Bowers evidently made a statement indicating his desire to, quote, kill Jews in the shooting. He could face the death penalty. And this is one of those, I've said this, and because I've done a 180 to where I'm against the death penalty, but I get it. This is a situation where I understand the other side of it. I understand why people want this guy put to death. I get it. It's
Here's what I'd like to see.
It's just horrific.
Here's what I'd like to say. I'd like to see justice served. I'd like to see it go through the proper process and all that other stuff. But I'd like to see a little history on this thing too, because way back when FDR, the guy took a shot at FDR right after he was elected. He wasn't even inaugurated yet, but a guy took a shot at FDR. He missed FDR completely. He got the mayor of Chicago, who ended up dying. He's like a what do they call that? He was a bystander that just happened to get hit by a bullet.
Right.
And it took them 5 days to convict and fry this guy back then. 5 days.
The justice system is a little more complex. I mean, you've got to...
Well, but I'm just simply saying,
right.
How many witnesses did you have to this guy's crime?
Yeah.
We
know this guy did it. You're right.
You did it. That's it.
It's not a question of did he do it. Everybody knows he did it. You can't even. It's not like you can have a jury and say, unless the guy's pleading insanity or something.
Right.
Which, obviously
5 days. That's what it took.
Wow. I mean, in some way, the justice system was in some ways better, but in some ways not, given the history. Gotcha. NBC is said to be reluctant to pay the rest of Megyn Kelly's contract. Kelly's 9 a.m. show was canceled last week. She still has 3 years left on her deal, which is worth $69 million. $69 million to just go away. One of the reported sticking points involves a disparagement clause, which would prohibit Kelly from speaking ill of NBC in the future. I don't understand where the issue is. If you're Megyn Kelly, you just shut the hell up and take the cash.
Yep.
And anytime you're asked about NBC, you just smile and say, we had
a difference of opinion.
I have a financial interest in not commenting, so
Right.
I'm not going to comment. I understand your question, but I don't want to give away $69 million. So I'll just go ahead and say no comment, and then smile, and then throw money up in the air. That's what I would do. That is the greatest. This is a great because here's the thing is you're stupid enough to pay that kind of money that nobody on TV is worth.
No.
Nobody in that business. And I shouldn't say nobody on TV. There are actors who are worth the money, who move the needle. But you don't have talking heads on your TV networks that are worth that kind of money.
Mm-mm.
It's ridiculous. In fact, pretty much every executive should be fired because of the contracts they're paying out to these people that they don't have to pay, especially in the current environment. I mean, you can just get your news so many different ways.
I know, but this is television now. This is the new battleground, is who can get who to watch the most news, and how much can we slant it, and how much can we pull that audience in. We've talked about it ad nauseum. How much can we put the spin and twist and lean on all this kind of stuff to retain that audience, and that's what's going on. And they're willing to pay the big bucks to do it.
But Megyn Kelly doesn't move the needle. I mean, she's smart, she's attractive. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Look at your Today Show. I mean, Matt Lauer getting fired. He wasn't where he didn't. Did anybody wake up in the morning and think, God, I want to hear what Matt Lauer's take is on anything?
You know what?
No, nobody cares.
Yeah, you know what though? You don't look at life through the eyes of an old lady or a soccer mom. Matt Lauer. Yeah. I mean,
he didn't move the needle. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Has NBC really lost from Matt Lauer not being there, or any? No,
I think NBC's been lost on their morning show for a decade.
But seriously, you put Carson Daly in where Matt Lauer is. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same guy with zero.
But that whole show has been in a tailspin forever.
Well, here's the thing: most of the network morning news shows, the goal is to not be. Offensive is not the word. You just want somebody who looks good on TV, is not objectionable. Just don't be objectionable, and you're going to be fine. You're going to basically split it because every show is the exact same, pretty much for the most part. I like GMA has always been pretty good, but like Michael Strahan, good guy, talented guy. Are you really tuning in for Michael Strahan? Are you tuning in for a George Stephanopoulos? Are you tuning in contrast on NBC for anyone?
Whoever's there.
Anyone there.
Because nobody watches
CBS
anymore.
this morning. Does anybody know who's on CBS this morning? I don't.
Oprah's friend.
Oprah's
Gail.
Gail. Okay, yeah. People are tuning in.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm sorry. No,
I'll be honest with you. I have one
dumb.
network news thing a week that's a destination view for me. One. And it's all I watch, and that's CBS Sunday morning. Other than that, I don't care.
Who cares? But see,
I can't take it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're like you're the outlier. You're not who's watching these shows. You're really not.
I think you'd be surprised, and I get that.
Way too much money for this.
I get what you're saying, but I also think you'd be surprised at the vast audience that CBS Sunday morning show has. It's huge. It's a big audience.
Here's the thing. This is what you could do. You could cut these morning news shows, and you could do this with a lot of. You could cut news like the evening news. And I think ABC does it with David Muir. You've got you only need one anchor.
Yep.
In the morning, maybe you need 2 to 3. You don't need any more than that.
Yep.
And then a reporter. That's
Yep.
it. You don't. You could at the top level of TV. You could do that.
But every morning they want a Bozo Circus on for the. And that's it's a Bozo Circus for adults.
Right. You're right.
Here's some news. Here's some entertainment. We're going to take the peanut gallery camera outside and show everybody off.
Everybody's got their signs, and you need here's the thing is, you know what you need, and I mean this. You need your meteorologists. You need your Ginger Z's. You need your Aaron Offsires. You need your Laura Hartmans on our side. Those are the people that actually you tune in for.
There you go.
So you need that, but. Man, so much of this stuff. It's Megyn Kelly, $69 million. Are you kidding?
You need the traffic guy giving everybody traffic directions when they're in their car not watching TV.
Well, no, you absolutely need me to tell you what's going to happen before you hit the roads.
Once
you're on the road, you're lost. You're lost. You're done. It's over. So you need to tune into me before you go out on the highways and byways. I'll get you where you want to be on time.
Next story.
Every morning, 6 to 7. Right here, TV 13. All right. Actually, I'm sorry, 13 on your side mornings. I got to say that. Anyway, finally, one day away from round 2 of the high school football playoffs. Jenison. We're gonna spotlight one of these games right now. Jenison, Mona Shores. This is a rematch, of course, of the October 5th game. Mona Shores won 49-42 in a shootout.
Ooh.
Jenison comes in at 7-3. They beat up Traverse City Central 64-43. They put a 60 burger on T-Town there, and Mona Shores, of course, knocked off Grand Rapids Forest Hills Central 34-28. This is going to be a nail biter. I think this is the best playoff game on the Lakeshore this weekend. I think the Big Reds are just going to roll because they got their scare last week. I think Mona Shores Jenison, that will be a Donnybrook, which becomes a melee into something else that's awesome. It'll be fantastic. Great high school football. You do not want to miss that game. There you go. There's what we call a hard sell in the business. Don't want to miss that. Other sports, kind of a light night. It was the Nets over the Pistons, 120-119. There you go.
All right. Have yourself a great Thursday.
Easy. Later.